Nathan, 2-0 win over Notts County here today. You must be really pleased with the performance and obviously the result as well there.
Yeah, 100%. I said, look, this is, we tailored around for this test because we knew, Notts County are a very good League Two side, so it'll be the equivalent of a League One side, basically, because they are a good side. They've strengthened well, so we knew it would be a realistic test for us. But no, I'm delighted from start to finish. I thought we were excellent. I thought we controlled the game. Lacked a little bit of sharpness, if I'm going to be ultra critical, especially in the final third, but overall I'm delighted, and it's always good to win.
Well, there are no goals in the first half. You must have been really impressed with just the manner the team played. I was looking at the opening, but on both flanks they looked dangerous as well. Yeah,
look, I thought we did. We moved the ball very well for a sticky pitch and a hot day. We moved the ball very well. Our structure was good, in terms of how we played, and I was pleased. Look, as I said, it was probably just a lack of real sharpness in the final third that we didn't score, because young Cornick's had a couple of chances. We've had a few shots where the interplay's just not quite been there, which, as I said, as we go down the weeks, that shot not.
Second half, obviously George Grant opened the scoring quite early on. I mean, he hit the shot early, didn't he? That kind of defeated the keeper, didn't it?
Yeah, look, that's a bit of an instinct shot. We can't give him that. We build a play, we work on, but that's that little bit of instinct. It was a great shot, and it gave the keeper no chance. One, because he took it early, but two, in off the post is, it's very difficult just to save those. And look, that's why we brought George here. We like to play fluently. We want to score goals, and George, has got big boots to fill, if you like, in terms of Ollie, because Ollie got, I think, 7 last year, so we're looking for a bigger return from George.
And set piece as well, it was such a big part of the play last season. It looks like again this season it was a great corner from Alan, and Matty Pearson saved, but then it leads hands over the line.
Yeah, good, and that's one thing, weird enough, Artie told him, Marty said that we haven't all last season we didn't score from anyone with a knockback and in and around the keeper, because we had a lot of first balls last year, so it's something we've tried to put right, and Elliot was on hand to do that. But look, we haven't really worked too much on set plays yet. We obviously will as we go on. But no, look, we've got good delivery, we've got decent aggression and size, and with a few to come in as well. Sonny Bradley's a real important threat in there. Hilts and Jervis are all good threats.
Looking at the team you picked today, is that quite close to what you'd be going with at Portsmouth, do you think now?
It'll be very close. There might be the odd change or two, or we'll see how we go. And since we've got one more week to go, so look, it'll be close, because everything, it's just the game I used sort of today. But it could be the odd change. What we have done is we've tested them this week, and they got tested. They had different tests in midweek to what they had today. But no, we're happy where we are.
Marek Steck obviously in goal. I mean, he finished the season second to James Shea, but have you sort of chosen now who's going to be in goal for that opening match?
I won't say he finished second to James Shea. What he did was he was having, like we always said, he had a dip in form, and it was an important time, and we felt it was the right time to bring him out, because it was his first season that he had played a lot of football. And sort of, that was a contributory factor and stuff. So we said we've got 2 first choice keepers, one to compete. It's not a gulf between both keepers, So I wouldn't say he finished second choice. I would say that at the time Shazy, needed to give him some relief, if you like, and he did. And I said they've both been competing now, and as I said, there'll be 1 or 2 changes to next week, I would imagine, but who they are is for me to know.
Fullback wise, James Justin's now played both games. I mean, is he sort of taking a case to start as well in that position?
Well, of course, yeah, he has. But look, I think we've had an inquiry for Jack. So while that's going on, we just want his mind to be focused and things like that. And James, James didn't play as much football as Jack last year, so it wouldn't have done him any harm getting the games in his belt. And we were going to bring him off after 60, but he felt good, so we gave it to him. So look, whoever plays out of those two is a strong right back.
On Jack, I mean, there's been rumours that a bid's come in, so a bid has come in for him, and are you hopeful of keeping hold of him?
Look, we've had lots of bids for Jack. We've had the bids. The team in question has been discussing with us and so on. We've been very strong in things that we've done, but there's a few things we want to happen this week, and then we'll see where we are. We don't want to lose any of our good players. Sometimes you have to for certain reasons, but at the minute we're not at that stage. So let's just see where we are.
I mean, he did have a superb season, didn't he, Jack, last year, so obviously coming in, so it's going to alert clubs, isn't it, really, I suppose?
Well, I think majority of my players had a superb season, in terms of you look at anyone. If we had a bid for any one of our really established players, then you wouldn't can see why, if you like. And I said Jack was magnificent, one of the best. You know, to be able to limit James Justin to that amount of games means you're a good player, and he did. And you know, we didn't envisage James not playing that much, but Jack's come in, took his opportunity, and been wonderful. Got in the team of the year, and was a wonderful asset to us. And that's how we play. So we do develop fullbacks like that, and we work on it. So he's taken on board, and I said, but not only that, Potsy was been magnificent. Young Jack Senior's developing nicely, and then obviously James Justin, who we know all about. So we're in a good position there.
I suppose if Jack was to move on, you have a first class right back to come in James, don't you, as well?
Yeah, we do, but we also, Matty Pearson can play there. You know, he's been brought in for his versatility as well as things. So look, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but look, we've got to keep the club moving forward on all fronts, and that means one, keeping your good players, but two, you know, we have to make sure that on all fronts the club moves forward.
I think you mentioned on Wednesday you're looking to bring someone else in as well, if possible. Is there any more movement on that at all?
Well, there was, but it's not good movement, to be honest with you. So a bit frustrating, I think. So we're back to the drawing board as it is, because we invested a lot of time in the person we wanted to bring in, and things wasn't able to get it over the line and so on. So that's disappointing. But as I said, we've got lots of good players here, so not as if it was the be all and end all. But we have to go back to the drawing board as such, and then see where we are from there.
Can you say, is that the club turned it down, or the player didn't want to come, or was there something like that happen in the end?
No, look, I wouldn't want to go into details, because one, you know, I wouldn't want to put anyone in an awkward position in terms of anything. But it wasn't possible to do it in the timescale we needed. So look, we've moved on from that one, and then we'll go again.
I guess you've got a list of players who would look to bring in as rugby, so maybe might be some movement in before.
Well, we want to bring another one in. You know, real competition. Luke Berry's close to being back and stuff, so that adds a little bit more. But you know, with the window shut in and then you're not being able to do anything, we might need, you know, if. You know, as I said, the one that we wanted to would have improved us significantly. We haven't been able to do that, so we've got to make sure that first and foremost we get the right one, and I said we're endeavouring to do that.
Captain-wise, Alan, you know, the armband today, is he going to be the captain?
He's the club captain. Yeah, he's a club captain. You know, and we've got competition there. No club captain. If for some reason he didn't play, then we have a number of leaders on there. But he's the one that, you know, that I've got a good relationship here with, and I've got a good relationship with all of them. I'm not saying that, but he's the one that you know, controls my dressing room and looks after people and does things right. And you know, he can come to me and speak to me openly and frankly. And he's my first signing. And as I said, he was captain when we got promoted. Really, I know Scotty was club captain, but he was in the team. So look, he's done very well for me, and he deserves that. And
with Bedford now on Tuesday, would that be maybe a mixture of players who haven't played today? Would still be quite a strong side descending to that game, do you think?
Look, it'd be people that need the fixture really. What we'll do is just play them for the sake of it and stuff. We've got to now have a good week preparing for Portsmouth, and those that need the minutes and need the exposure will get it, and then we should all be up to speed.
Just on Luke Berry, I think we all kept up to date with him on social media in the progress. Obviously you're very fond of your backroom staff, but are you surprised at even how quick he's come back from what looked like a very serious injury?
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised, but I knew that with the backroom staff we have, and the biggest probably thing is just the boy's character, how he is. You know, if there's any PMA or anything, he epitomises it in abundance. You know, he's from day one. He told me as he was coming off the pitch, it won't be long, Gaffer. It's just it's just my ligaments. That's all. That's what he said to me as he was coming off the pitch at Colchester. Then straight away, in the hospital, he's positive. Then he does it. He says, "No, I feel good." He's walking after a few days. I could go on about the positivity he's shown, and when he comes in, he trained with us yesterday fully, and scored 2 wonderful goals. You know, and there's probably two of his first 4 touches. So the kid's just an inspiration. But what we can't do is rush him. You know, because it is a serious-ish injury, and we've got to make sure that we bring him back safely but quickly, because he's a massive player for us. You know, I love the kid. He's done brilliant for me. He was everything and more we thought we were paying for, and he's so important around the place. And he's Danny Hilton's new roommate, so he's hopefully he can have a calming influence on that clown.
We saw like boots on him, other contraptions he was sitting in. Has there been some sort of revolutionary treatment to get him here? Or?
No, I don't think so. It's just the right treatment. You know, he got instant treatment from the medical staff. Then he went and had a good surgeon that did the operation. Then he's listened to everything. Then he's come back and he's pushed himself and done everything right. You know, ice, elevation, rest, pushing himself through things. Wanted to do it. Doesn't shy away, and you know he's a warrior, and that's the character of him. He's a quiet, he's a quiet assassin really, and that's why we love him. And he's been brilliant, and he's still a massive positive influence around the place, which is really good for the environment.
I think the immediate prognosis, and that could always change, was sort of Christmas, I think, wasn't it? So is he well before?
I think it was like November, late November, you know, but you never know with those things they can set. But and I said we're still not, anywhere there yet. It'll still be when he really starts to then. But yesterday he looked, movements were fine. He got 2 good goals. He wasn't getting involved as much in. Put 1 real big tackle in, which would have done him a world of good mentally. So look, he's making good progress, but we won't be rushing him. We've got to give him when he's ratting out. We've got to give him a real good, solid pre-season, if you like, and get him back running and physically, so that it's not just the ankle that doesn't that heals, but all his other body's conditioned, ready to go as well.
I suppose with George Grant coming in and scored 3 goals in 4 pre-season games, that's a good replacement.
I think he scored 4 actually.
4, sorry, yes.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's why we brought George in, and he's not a replacement for Luke Berry. He's a replacement for Ollie Lee, George Grant, and then we need goals from our midfield. We've got goals from the front, we need from our midfield, and hopefully we can get that.